Hello, welcome to the basement. I did say that I was going to test out this supposed flashing light. Now, I had upstairs some cheap D-cells, which I'm sure are long dead, but I was able to determine that they should fit because the measurements mentioned in the book, the little one-page thing, were very close to what D-cells are, but not exactly. But anyway, this is marked. So half of the batteries, there should be 6 of them, face downward, and the other half, yes, face upward. So they would be in series, best as I can tell, which means the voltage would be added. So there's the 3 downward, and here goes 1, hello, upward. Hello? What? What? Oh, I did? No, I did not. What, Andrew? Are you standing? Oh, okay. I forgot to close the door. Okay. So, upward, upward. Now, this part goes on. It has the terminals, and it has a little witness mark that tells me where it is supposed to go. And so I will line that up with great care. The other thing I might do while I'm here, because I can, is take the screwdriver. Oh, maybe I can't. Don't tell me this thing is too... Oh, it needs a smaller screwdriver. All right. Well, let's see here. Let's get this on here. Are we secure? We are not secure. Is the witness mark still lined up? Not at all. We are not lined up. We are not secure. Oh, but the witness mark is still... It's funny, there's this little thing in here. It's another bulb. I wonder if this thing comes out. Because it does seem... There, it's another bulb. It seems to be pestering. So we'll take it out for this moment. Try to get everything lined up just so. My golly. Is it lined up? No, it is not lined up. Why is this being so difficult? Remember, I did say the battery size seemed just a little bit off what this was mentioned at. So maybe they're too big. Well, maybe before I try and fight that on there, is there anything in here that might help me? No. All right. might these scissors help me? I don't think so. Boy, who would have thought such a big heavy-duty thing would have such a tiny, well, not so tiny. Let's see here. Is there anything on my key thing here that would be helpful? This might be. This, maybe I will take this off. This is one of those things. I think the idea behind it is you can pop a SIM card out of a phone. And it's pretty thin. Oh, but it's also not very strong. And it does fit in there. And it is twisting. All right. That did not go well. So put it back on here. I will ponder. I shall ponder. Seeing if there's anything around here that might be helpful. Oh dear. Oh. Well, this might be. It's a hacksaw blade. But I don't think. Well, I know I can't get it in to the bottom of this right now. But this should be tougher than the other stuff. And thin. One would think. I think I had a little start on it. Okay, it is moving. Now, have I got it all the way over? Well, it's hard to tell. I don't know. Mind you, keep in mind this also has not been turned in a very long time. Maybe that did it. So I'll try and line this up. Oh! It flashed. I saw it. And that's exactly what it's supposed to do. Okay, so we are getting there. There is hope in the world. I'm going to take my shirt and shine up these contacts a bit. Of course, I should probably use deoxit. It's flashing. Now, that is a good start. Now, can we get this thing on and in secure configuration? And we can. There is life. And then we can take this thing, pop it on there, I'll take this thing and pop it in here and swing it around and pop it in place. And there we have it. It flashes. That's what it's supposed to do. Now, what is it for? Autronica. I don't know what it's supposed to be for. I can't imagine that if I was walking down a train track or something or other in the middle of the night, that this would be really great at alerting anybody. But mind you, back then, I remember riding a bicycle with a little light with two D cells on the front. Maybe they were C cells. That, even at its brightest, was not bright, but they're like, oh my god, you gotta have a light at night. Interesting. Well, I guess the thing to do now is, because I have 3 more of these, I should take these batteries out and test them. But I do want to let this go for a little bit so its little circuitry can do what it does. It can flash. It can. And I suppose, if I were so inclined, I could then take my screwdriver and see if the switch is workable and how I can turn it back off. I really need to find the right kind of screwdriver for this. Alright, well, I've waited, maybe 35 years to check these things out. And they work. Now, the one thing I did not do, there's this other bulb here on a little holder, and it looks different. I wonder, is it brighter? I don't know. I mean, this is not very bright. It basically is this thing encased in this thing, and the only reason it's red is because there's kind of a red sort of plasticky thing in there. Well, when in Rome, don't drop things. Put that in there. Put that in there. Are we still working? Yes, we're still working. All right. I will pop this out. I will unscrew this tiny little bulb and see. That bulb is all round. This one is taller. Is it different? Is it brighter? I just don't know. And does it work at all? Am I on the right place? I am on the right place. Wouldn't that be frustrating? All this time to have this little bulb in here and have it be ruined or burned out. Let me get my reading glasses. See, with these old bulbs, it's kind of easy to tell. If you hold them up to a light, oh, that's even tough. Oh, it looks like it's intact. But, so far, it hasn't lit up. So let's try putting this on here. Doing a little wiggling. And so far, we're seeing nothing. Now, the other thing, perhaps, that I would do, because this thing has been sitting in here for, who knows, 40 or 50 years. I don't have anything really gritty, but I will shine up the contact on this bulb because micro corrosion exists everywhere. And I will pop this down and hold it and secure it. Find that it does nothing. Well, here's the big moment of truth. Does this one still flash? And indeed, we have light. That's very strange that this one, now I'm not sure what this says. I will try to read it. 6072, no, 8073. And I do see slight signs of corrosion, but when I hold this to the light, when I get the fingerprints off, it does look like the element is intact. So that is very strange, because this one definitely works. Well, let's see. Now that I know I have the stuff in the right position, I will now screw this back in and see if anything happens. Maybe it's a different thing and it takes a little longer, because there must be some sort of capacitor in there. It's funny, all these lights that I found, they all have this other bulb thing. And and they all look, I think, the same. Who would think that the idea is to put a spare bulb in? That doesn't work. But put it in a little tighter. And we see nothing. When I put this little dude in, we have a light that flashes. Let there be light. And it was good. All right, now I'm just going to look in here. Yeah, this basically in here, it would be clear, except there is basically, as we would say in the stage crew world, and other such things, there's a gel. And the gel does not exactly fit in right, so it does leave a little spot where whiteness would show through. So I'm just trying to rework it a bit, that it might sit nicely, and it might just be red. But it's not too convinced of that. Maybe if I were to find some other way of passing it overlaps, but then it doesn't sit quite nice, and it seems that, well, that's pretty close. Okay, so that's flashing. Let's see here. Where are we going? We are flashing. Okay. Now we just need to get, there's little ridges on here. Need to get them to line up with the things. There we have it. One flashing light. Lovely. And has it still got that little opening of whiteness? No, less so. Anyway, as I say, I found looking at these things in a box. Oh, that's probably... Let me think. Yeah, 34 years or so. Wondering now, I'm going to take this saw blade, see if I can get this to turn off. And I don't know if I can. I guess I'm going to have to find a little wee screwdriver. See this switch also. Whoa. Nope. Has not been used in many a year. It has not. So that is not surprising. Not surprising. Anyway, here, I suppose what I should do with this bulb thing here, put it back in its little holder. Now there's another thing I should do before I run into trouble here. These batteries, I don't know for sure that they're dead, but I'm assuming that they're dead. Because I've had them around for way too long. But, so the last two, the bottom two, are new. And then the top two in each pile will be old. I would be shocked if anything comes of this except darkness. But I have to try. Oh, a very faint little flash. Mind you, the whole thing is pretty faint. Oh, maybe they're okay. All right, so I will not toss these. I will set them carefully over there. And I will put these back in. Oops, wrong way. Wrong way. If you put batteries in the wrong way, you will definitely get nothing. Yeah, it's flashing about the same. So I guess maybe those are okay. I think it's brighter. A little bit. Okay, well. All right. Well, that's enough of this for now. I'll set those things aside. I'll put my keys away. Ooh, dirty glasses. That does not help anything. And perhaps, because I'm on a roll, I will. Do I have my other phone here? I do. I do have my other phone here. Maybe it is time to do a Google search. And see. My iPhone is not connected to the internet. Well, that's special. I'm in the basement, but there should be some sort of connection here. It's not far, oh, I see. Not far up above here is, there we go. There we go. So let us do a little search. Otronica. Otronica. Oh no, sorry. Otronica. Just a second, there is. It says a type here. LB-4. LB. I would bet there's not really much on here. LB-4. There's an LB-4A, but I'm just going to go for the LB-4. Fire panels, gas detectors, I will go to images. No, these are not. These are other things. Otronica. Have the right thing. Okay. I will add flashing light. And have it go again. And this has other things. They look like things that you would put on the roof of a car if you were racing somewhere. Beacon lights. So these would be old, which I knew they were. See, I'm not sure if they're lights to carry or tower lights or something. This is all like, oh yeah, this is all like product stuff. I will do all. Looks like smoke detector stuff. What have I done? No. I don't want to do that. 30 to 40 second red blinking light gone after alarm replacement. Well, we'll try one more thing. Otronica. I'll put in tower light. Well, they have other things here that have red, yellow, and green. And some that have all kinds more colors. A whole rainbow of colors. I do not suspect that I am going to find much here. Oh, here's one. Emergency lights. But it doesn't look the same. It does not. And I would bet that most things these days would not. Well, they might use batteries. Calibration technology, where they have all these different bunches of lights. Signal, high res. Alright, well, they're old. Let's see here. Let's try one last thing. Type LB -4. Type. Why did it change that? I hate autocorrect. Type LBB-4 number NO period 100 64 10064, and we'll see if anything comes up. Oh no. More panel things, fire things, other things. Nothing that looks at all like this. This is all modern stuff. I'm gonna scroll. I think this is all coming out of some catalog. Yeah. So, interesting, but not helpful. Oh well, perhaps I will try some other sort of search when I'm on my computer. Maybe Lyman Duggan, one of the founders of TPUG, always says I should try DuckDuckGo instead of Google. I should. So this is still flashing. Lovely. Well, I think what I might do right now is go and get the other lights and test them and see. And I'll decide what I would do with them. I just don't know. I don't imagine the battery would last incredibly long periods of time. I don't. And I don't think they would be that helpful if I had them in my car and I broke down. Because they're just tiny little lights. Well, not so tiny. Anyway, thanks for coming. I did say I would try these things out, and I have. So, we'll see you again. Have a lovely day. Oh, I'm wearing Freddy Krueger's hat again. Yes. Right. Hello. All right. Bye for now.